Hello, my name is Liz Kelly, and I am the author of Anchored by Hope Meditations to Calm the Anxious Soul. It's my latest book. I think it might be one of my most favorite to have written, and I absolutely love the cover. Check it out. I'm just going to read a sample chapter so you have a sense of what the book is like. Each chapter opens with a verse of scripture. There's a little meditation on that, and then there's a little prompt for prayer at the end. This chapter is titled, He Was There. The opening verse, can a woman forget her nursing child, or show no compassion for the child of her womb? Even these may forget, yet I will not forget you. See, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. It's from Isaiah 49:15 and 16. She was as faithful a mother as any could be. She doted on her children, celebrated their victories, comforted them in their disappointments, encouraged them in their life choices. She was attentive and loving and gave up what would have been a smashing career in law in order to stay home and be available to her family. She had her children baptized, confirmed, and raised up in the faith that she loved and that meant so much to her. Her husband even converted early in their marriage as a result of her holy and faithful example. But as sometimes happens, despite this mother's best and most sincere efforts, her only daughter fell away from her faith. The daughter struggled with depression and addiction, but to her credit, she got sober and began thriving in life and worked as a social worker, advocating for the poor. When it came time for her to marry, however, she did not want to be married in the church, and her mom was heartbroken and somewhat baffled. She wondered, what happened? What did I do wrong? Still, she helped her daughter prepare for the big day with love and generosity. She and her husband paid for the whole affair as tradition would have it. She helped her daughter choose the dress, make plans, pick the menu, prepare the table dressings, invitations, and seating charts. She embraced her new son-in-law as though he was her own child, and she showed up. But all the while, inside, her heart was aching at the lack of a sacramental ceremony. On the day of the wedding, she was joyful and supportive and smiling in every photo, and the day came off beautifully. But deep down inside, she still mourned. And the next day, as she awoke and was getting ready for her day, she stood over the sink and she splashed water on her face and she said, "Oh, Lord, I so wanted you to be there, to be invited." And in the quiet of her heart, she heard this clear reply, "But I was invited. I was there." And suddenly the day lighted in her mind in a new way. Her daughter was a thoughtful and tender creature with an eye for those who suffered. And she chose the caterer not because the food was the best, but because they made a point to hire workers that other companies would not. Former convicts, drug addicts, and the like. And when at the last minute a family member was unable to attend, the daughter chose to invite a young woman she knew didn't have very many friends and was struggling to get sober. Best of all, when it came time for the exchanging of vows, her daughter chose a very traditional verse from First Corinthians, but added her own twist, exchanging the word love for the name of her beloved. She read, Drew is patient, Drew is kind. Drew is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. Drew does not insist on his own way. He is not irritable or resentful. Drew bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. And this mother stood there in front of the sink, her face still dripping from the water she had splashed on it, now commingling with her tears. and heard the voice of the Lord once again in her heart. I was invited. I was there. Mm. Ponder this before the Lord. Has someone you love fallen away from their faith? Can you entrust them once again to God's care, indeed to the very palm of his hand? And remember, he isn't finished with them just yet. God bless you.